Rob, you're too loud and you fucking suck were the words that Rob just spoke to me when referring to his interactions with other people. Let's dive into that moment right now, Rob. Do you truly believe this?
I'm starting to. Definitely starting to.
Definitely starting
Yep.
to.
I saw you reach for that volume knob. Turn it down.
I
Turn
actually
it to mute.
turned it up.
Make it a better episode.
All right.
No,
Self-deprecation,
yeah.
craft brews.
I've just been noticing I yell a lot lately.
You're fine. Self-deprecation, craft brews, casual conversations, arthritis in the knee, fucked up shoulder, cholesterol through the roof, maybe. Who knows? Let's cover those topics on today's episode of Dudes with Brews on a Porch.
Cue it.
You're about to hear the greatest show of your life.
Dude.
Dudes with brews on a porch with Rob and Drew.
All right, Rob. Here we are. It is a wonderful.
Yeah.
What?
I think I came up with a title already. The art of aging badly.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Age is hitting me, and it's hitting me hard and quick. But we'll talk about that in a little bit. Got to get to the important stuff, the business, as they will, or as they say, perhaps. I am drinking, hopefully, the delicious Founders Brewing Company from Grand Rapids, Michigan, the Backwoods Bastard. This is a Scotch ale, and it's wee heavy. Expect lovely, warm smells of single malt Scotch, oaky bourbon barrels, smoke, sweet caramel, and roasted malts. A bit of earthy spice and a scintilla of dark fruit. It's a kickback sipper made to excite the palate. The Backwoods Bastard. This was made available year round in 2018. They used to not do it every year, like for the full year, limited. But now, whenever you want. 11% on the ABVs, 50 on the IBUs, and this beer is roughly 11 points on Weight Watchers. 11.
Ooh.
Which
I'm glad I didn't take you in the fantasy league this week.
well, I'll be glad to say today, for the remaining balance of my points for today, happens to be 11 points. So
It's not, but it's not early there. You're done with your day after this.
Yeah, I'll be done. I can move on, and I can, if I get hungry, if I need a little snacky snack, I can have some 0-point food, maybe some cottage cheese or some fruit or
Salmon.
Salmon. I could have that. Yeah.
Yeah.
0 points, but I'm not gonna. It's almost 7.
Is that raw, or if you cook it, you can't cook it in butter. You got to cook it in cottage cheese, right?
No, you can cook it with stuff. Yeah, that's fine. Not butter though.
Yeah, not butter. Okay, yeah.
So, but yeah, that is what I'm drinking. It is
Founders. That's Founders, right? You said.
Yep.
I remember liking a lot of beers that I had from them when I was up in the Michigan area.
It's got the hint of the bourbon to the smell. It's not as dark as
Is it a bourbon aged or a Scotch aged?
Well, the thing on here says aged in oak bourbon barrels, but it said Scotch on the thing too, so I don't know. It's a little of this, a little of that. It says same thing on here.
Bourbon barrels.
Oh, bourbon barrel. So maybe the description I said was wrong before. My bad. Blame Untapped for that one. But anyways, bourbon barrels.
You didn't say Scotch barrels, but when I hear Scotch ale, that's what I think.
Pretty good. It's got I mean, it's not as dark as these tend to be. You can't really see, but it's kind of got a red hue to it, if like a dark red hue to it a little bit. I mean, it's dark, but it's not like pitch black like some of the other ones we've had. It's got the good taste of the bourbon with it. It's got a little bit of spice to it, but it's not like an overpowering spice. It's a good spice, the spice that hits you home. It's gonna be a good sipper, and I can't wait to. I can't get enough of these, Rob. I can't get enough of these bourbon barrel aged stouts these days. I don't know what it is. I love them. They're good.
I almost went with a bourbon aged stout. I was going to get it. It was a $15 beer.
Okay.
Which normally I'd say, you know what, $15 for a beer, that's still, that's in the realm of what I would pay for a pint anyway, with a tip and all that jazz.
Yeah.
Not a big deal.
Well, they're also usually more boozy too.
Yeah, it's they're normally higher up there. So, and I was gonna go for that. Then I remembered I went to Vegas this last week.
Mm-hmm.
And can you hear the cars going by? Is that what you're hearing?
That's a car?
Yeah, there's racers out there. Let me close my window quick. And actually, I'm going to get a clear container, capsule of some sort, so I can talk about the color of this beer, because the beer I ended up going with, I've never heard of this beer. I know nothing about this beer. I will read the description off the label, unless you want to read what you have.
Yeah, I'll read this, and you can get yourself
ready. Do you
ready.
have this strong dark brown with hints of fruit? Is that how it starts, yours?
No.
Interesting. Well, I won't know what you're going to say, because I'm going to take off my headphones and close my window.
You're drinking the Chimay Grande Reserve, the bleu, from Bieres de Chimay. It's a Belgian strong dark ale, and it says the Chimay Blue Cap baptized Grande Reserve in 750 ml bottles in a dark Trappist beer with a powerful aroma, the complex flavor of which improves across the years. It was first brewed as a Christmas beer by the monks of Scormont Abbey in 1956. This authentic Belgian beer, whose tinge of fresh yeast is associated with a light, rosy, flowery touch, is particularly pleasant. Its aroma, perceived as one enjoys it, only accents the delightful sensations revealed by the odor, all revealing a light but agreeable caramelized note. It is ideally served at cellar temperature, which is 10 to 12% degrees Celsius. 9% ABV, 35 on the IBUs.
Okay. Did you talk about Father Theodore and
No.
his yeast?
No.
Oh, okay. So this is just what it says on the bottle. Can I read that? Tell
Yeah,
me if
absolutely.
it says, what'd you go with? Chimay? Chimay?
I said
Chimay.
Chimay, maybe? I don't know.
Chimay, that would work too. There's so many pronunciations, so many ways to get it wrong. The Chimay Grand Reserve is a strong dark brown beer with hints of fruit, chocolate, and spices, whose flavor gets better and better with time. The Trappist logo certifies that this ale is brewed in a Trappist abbey. That looks like a period. It is not. In a Trappist abbey, and that the majority of sales income is intended for social aid. The exceptional yeast isolated by Theodore, combined with the purity of the highly protected water of the abbey's wells, gives Chimay its unique richness. 1862, fermented ales have neither been pasteurized nor filtered, and only natural ingredients are used. Beer fermented in the bottle contains barley and wheat.
Awesome.
I really had a hard time reading that. That was very difficult.
Yeah, welcome to my world.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's happening. All right, I'm going to open this bad boy up. I don't know what this is territory.
Yeah. Smell good?
I wish I knew how to
Describe
that smell, because it's a classic beer smell. It's what you smell like. Feel like what you smell when you crack open Budweiser.
Mm-hmm. A Budweiser. All that description for it smells like a Budweiser.
It does. Well, that's the thing. I'm not See, now in the glass, though, in the glass, you definitely can smell like this chocolate that they're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, that comes through. Like I don't know what the difference in the smell from the bottle to the glass. I'm gonna go full bore and
Well,
pour this
when
thing
you
into the
pour it
glass.
in, it releases.
Activates.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
activates certain things and releases the aromas, the true aromas of the beverage. What you think?
So from the bottle,
Mm-hmm.
the chocolate is definitely there, even from the bottle. But the bitterness is there as well. It does have a sweet notes on the back end, where it's like the chocolate is more bitter, and then it rolls into a sweet flavor. I'm gonna try it out of the glass now. I don't judge me on the milk of this pour, okay?
No one's judging you. I would never judge you, Rob.
I mean that it does the bitterness to it is not it's not a bad bitter. It's a very good bitter. I'm not a bitter person, but I hold grudges. uh, but not against this beer, Drew,
Good.
because it goes down very. It's not what I would call crisp or smooth, but it's which I know that sounds like I'm negging it, but I'm not. It lulls you into a flavorful sip, and it makes
Good.
you want more.
Something that a member of the Porch Pints Society could enjoy. By the way, two new designs are available on our TeePublic site. You can get that link if you go to our Instagram at Dudes with Brews Pod. Plenty of shirt designs out there, but two of them dedicated to the Porch Pint Society. I encourage you to get yours and solidify your membership today.
Yeah.
For every
and
T-shirt,
if you buy every shirt design that we have, you get access to our secret Porch Pint Society shirt, which I can't tell you about.
Right. For every T-shirt you buy, we make $2. really brings in the bucks.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. Well, buck because we split that down the middle because
right.
Because I do just as much work as Drew does around here. I mean, that's got to be clear.
Yeah, absolutely. But Rob, I'm on a little bit of a spring break here. Don't have to work this week, which is ideal. I have to work at the radio station still, but that's not real work. Let's be honest. Not last Friday, but the Friday before, got an MRI on my knee. Been waiting on results. Finally, this past Friday, I get it uploaded on my MyChart, the online result thing. And it says I have this, and this. I was like, I don't know what that means. I'm stupid. I send the results to my mother-in-law, who's a nurse, and she said, oh, you have, this is what's happening. You have arthritis in your knee. Like, arthritis in my knee. 33 years old, and I have arthritis.
I was gonna say, you're only 33.
Yeah, and I have arthritis in my left knee. I'll be honest with you. It hurts more when the weather changes. It's true. I'm like a superhuman now. I'm like a superhuman geriatric pile of trash who has knee pain because the wind is blowing in a different direction and the pressure is changing a little bit and it hurts. And all I can do is ice it and put and take ibuprofen for the most part. I wouldn't know because my fucking orthopedist hasn't called me yet. It'd be great to hear from her to get my options of what I can do. In the meantime, anyways, today I went and saw a chiropractor. I've been having like really bad shoulder pain to the point where like if I stretch my neck, my left arm goes numb. It's bad. So I saw the chiropractor and he's like, yeah, guess what? You have arthritis in your fucking neck too. And I was like, oh, okay, that's great. And then he's just like, stop cracking it. Stop cracking your neck.
It's a myth. Okay.
That's not a myth.
Yeah, your guy's a quack.
He said, stop cracking your neck because I have too much something's going on in my neck that shouldn't be happening. He cracked me up a little bit, like in my back and all that, and did things.
Oh, I thought he made a really funny joke that you just weren't going to tell us.
No. He did his chiropractic work. I had to see him again on Wednesday. I also have a little bit of a toothache. I was just at the dentist. Nothing was wrong, but now I got a toothache. Rob, I'm falling apart at the seams. It's fucking with my mind. It's fucking with a lot of things. I've ran twice since I've gotten the arthritis diagnosis because I was like, what does it fucking matter? I can handle the pain, so I'm gonna go run. The one thing that brings me enjoyment.
Do you put a brace on that? Does that help?
I put a knee brace on it when I run. Yeah, I don't know that it helps a ton, but it does something. I got new shoes today for running. I went to a specialty running store and I said, I have arthritis in my knee. What should I have? And they're like, step on this fancy machine. So I stepped on the machine. I bent my legs a little bit, and it's like, oh, you overpronate in your left foot.
No, you've been spending too little on your shoes. Here's some more expensive ones.
Yeah. So I got a new pair of running shoes. Threw those fuckers on today. Did a 5K. Felt great. A little sore now.
I saw your post.
I didn't make one for today. That was on Saturday that I ran with Madison.
And then you wonder why you're falling apart. You're running too many 5Ks, in my opinion. Silver lining. Now, when you get up off the couch or sit down on the couch and go, ah!
I was already doing that.
Yeah, exactly. Now you've got the excuse though.
But really, like this
I've got like when somebody says, "Oh, stop," you say, arthritis. You should get a card. You should get a little badge, like a FBI card. I have arthritis. I can groan whenever I want.
My AARP card. Yeah, arthritis. That's that's what you got to say. But I mean, it's really made me reflect on being human, on being mortal, on getting older. Because when we're getting there, we're approaching middle age. You're closer than I am. And it's just like, fuck, man. Why do I now need to take fish oil for my joints? And
I mean, I think we're supposed to be eating fish, our whole lives.
Yeah, I eat fish. I eat plenty of it, but another thing, I ate chicken the other day for the first time in a year.
Was it good? Tastes like chicken?
Yeah. It wasn't like the good chicken, man. It wasn't fried. It wasn't in the form of a nugget.
It's like Tyson from a bag.
Yeah,
pre-cooked, pre-frozen.
Nah, it was just like no, it was a chicken breast. It was raw, and yeah, it wasn't. I wish it was a tender or a nugget or a wing.
I ate a bunch of frozen chicken nuggets put in the oven.
Hell yeah.
I mean, I filled a cake pan with them and ate them all.
Hell yeah.
Ate every single one of them. I gave a minuscule, like the smallest amount.
Yeah, man. That's the best.
To Chloe, who was the dog that was in the room. And she was begging the whole time. And I gave her the smallest little morsel of one and ate all the rest of them.
There's something to be said about the power of a chicken nugget. Because when you've had like say you had a long day at work, right? You're just miserable. It's raining out. It's snowing in the state of Wisconsin right now, for God's sake, and it's horrible. But there's something to be said about getting that frozen chicken nugget bag. You bought like the 6-7 pound bag, and you're putting you're getting at least a pound of those fuckers on that pan, and you're making them, and maybe you throw in some tater tots, and then you just sit down and you have like an array of sauce. I'm a big sauce guy. Chicken nuggets and mayonnaise, delicious. Chicken nuggets and BBQ. Awesome. Honey mustard. Ooh, don't get me started. And you just fucking eat it while you're watching some shitty TV. And you're just like, that's just it's a glorious moment. It really is.
It's poor man's fondue, man. It's
it's fun. Yeah. I've never thought of it like that, but sure.
You sit down and you just made a spread,
Yeah, dude.
I got multiple dipping sauces, ranch, ketchup, and barbecue. Am I gonna eat them all? I doubt it, but at least I got options.
That's right, and that's just the beauty of it. Yeah, you're right. That's like and maybe it just brings me back to my youth and like my college days, because I was poor. I've been poor my whole life, and but the days that the chicken nuggets, you look in the freezer and like, Ma got some frozen chicken nuggets. You're like, these fuckers are mine.
This is happening now.
I'm going to do this. Find an episode of South Park or a good movie, and we're chowing, we're living, and then you go to sleep afterwards. Now that, like, I think that is the definition of the American dream.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
Put me in,
and that's exactly, that's pretty much what I did the other day. I was watching a movie from 2002 that I thought came out in 2015. But then I realized how old I am. And no, it came out when I was in high school. I don't even remember the movie because my brain is dying because I'm turning 37 and there's too much going on up there. But yeah, I found that and it was a 10-pound bag.
Hell yeah.
I believe it was the TGIF ones. I'm not sure about that because I didn't buy them, but they were delicious. They did their job.
Yeah.
And speaking of I wasn't going to bring this up, but since you brought up the knee and the shoulder, I'd feel remiss if I didn't say I pulled something in my upper back getting out of bed the other day, and it still hurts. It's been over 48 hours.
Yeah. It's like, what?
What is going like breathing? Why is breathing hurt because I got out of bed? Is that telling me just die?
Right.
Find your final resting spot, and it's
It's
terrible.
like, the other day too, I did an event for the radio station, and it was fun. It was fun. I got to meet this guy that's in syndicated radio. He's gonna be on the show. I talked to him about it. Chuck Armstrong is his name. He does. He's the host of Loudwire Nights, which is a syndicated radio show in like a bunch of different states, which is pretty sweet. Yeah, so he was there at the show because Loudwire was like presenting it. I drink 4 beers over the course of the night, just 4, and I had a headache the next day because I don't do that very often anymore. I don't drink more than 1 or 2, and it's I am at a point in my life where I am truly getting old, and I have to be more cognizant about the choices I make. When I was 22, I could party until 3 in the morning, go to sleep, get up at 4:30, and then go to work for 8 hours, be productive, and be about my business. I can't do that anymore. I can't. I have to acknowledge, like, when I look outside, oh, I better put this jacket on because I could legitimately get a cold. I should not eat this food because it's going to make my tummy hurt later. And
Well, now you get to now you get to add look at the weather station, and if it's going to be cold 3 days from now, go, all right, I better just start wearing the knee brace now.
right. And now my knee can predict the weather. Oh,
Yeah,
I feel that
I
the
mean,
wind's coming from the east, it says. It's like a
the
magic
only
orb.
thing like I have to argue this point. It's a little bit because uh, I've been it's like I don't hit it as hard as I once did. I never really hit it hard drinking and all that anyway, but
Yeah.
like
Not with
two
drinking.
two pints is 2 pints of IPA. That's pretty good
Mm-hmm.
to get me pretty toasty and to get me where I want to be. But I'm gonna feel fine the next day or whatever. But I definitely have gone on some things out here in the last year and a half where I'm drinking liquor until 2, 3 in the morning,
Ugh.
sometimes 4 in the morning, and I have to be up and at work at 8 o'clock. And I get up and I get it done. It's not easy. It's never been easy for me. But I get it done, and it's not an age thing. It's just I mean I think the one thing that comes with age is that you just have to like remind yourself like if I can go to bed at 4 in the morning drunk, thinking to myself, all right, you ate food, you drank water, you're gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Then I wake up and I'm relatively okay.
Mm.
But if I go to sleep going like, oh, I didn't have, oh man, it's been 7 hours since I had anything to eat. That's a lot of gin ago. Um, then I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna have a headache and that's it's
I made sure to drink water when I got home. Like I had 2 big glasses of water.
very.
I put it down, but it's just weird. I see it.
I don't think you can see it with the sun coming through it. It looks dark on there, but it's actually kind of like a hazy brown
Yeah. Nice.
with the sun coming through
Pretty
it. Yeah, sorry.
pretty good though. Halfway through the show.
It's a good beer. Yeah.
So we like. And that's like so
Here's
tomorrow.
to you, Father Thomas,
What?
and here's to you, Father Thomas, and your isolated yeast.
Mhm. One good thing though that's happening this week. I went to Barnes and Noble and I bought 2 books. Pretty proud of myself, and I've read like a third of one already in 2 days only. I feel that's pretty good.
It is good. What are you reading? What do you got over there?
I'm reading The Exorcist.
Interesting. All right, all right. For our follow-up episode on exorcisms.
Well, this is what um made the movie. The movie's based off this book.
Yeah, the book is based off a true exorcism.
Is it?
I don't know.
I don't think it is. It says a
Let's
novel on the
Oh,
cover.
it doesn't. It's not an autobiography or a bio.
No,
I was gonna
no,
say biopic. It's not a pick at all.
no. It's pretty good though. It's got a little bit of a slow burn to it, but I'm getting to the juicy stuff now. It's pretty good.
You ever read Amityville Horror?
Amityville?
Amityville. I mean, we're right back into Chimay territory. A lot of ways to get it wrong. Have you read it? That's all I'm asking.
No, I haven't. Is it good?
It is good. I remember reading that book back in the day. I really enjoyed the movie as well, the original. I'm sure the one with Ryan Reynolds is good because anything he touches seems to be gold.
Yeah, except for Van Wilder or Waiting.
Waiting was, viscerally expansive.
Yeah, but yeah, I bought that book and it's good. I bought another one called The Death in the Woods, which is like kind of a sequel to A Death in Door County, but you don't have to read that one. So it's about essentially like all these crazy murders are going on, and this it's a Bigfoot that's doing it. So I was just like, oh, you.
Oh, so you just read the whole? You just ruined it for the Door County one?
No, Door County. It's about a person who like hunts cryptids. The first one's about the Loch Ness monster, I think, or something like that in Door County, Wisconsin. And then this next one, it says right in the thing, is Sasquatch.
Oh, okay.
I didn't give anything away.
So it's
I haven't even read it.
cryptid fantasy.
Kind of, yeah. Which a couple summers ago, I read Devolution, which is also by Max Brooks, which is all about Bigfoots. It's fucking awesome. I'm proud of myself. Damn it, I like to read, and I wish I got more time to read more.
Should be proud of yourself.
Anyways, enough about my bullshit and my aging. I gotta eat a handful of prunes pretty soon so I can take my regular bowel movement. But anyways, you went to Vegas. You hung out with two of your brothers. So like
yes,
half of your brothers were there. Or actually, that's not true because you have more.
That's yeah. We're getting into weird semantics here, but yeah,
you're right. The two important people were with you, Trevor and Ryan. How was Vegas? How'd it go? You told me that you perused the streets of Fremont by yourself, which I thought was a little bit concerning, but that's the geriatric in me that just worries about my baby.
Oh, well, I did this thing where I microdosed. Took a micro dosage of the mushrooms.
Oh.
And on the plane ride in, I was reading it's like an hour plane ride, so I'm reading this thing that Schopenhauer's doing, The World as an Idea. It's a philosophy book that has the great thinkers in it. So I'm reading the Schopenhauer section right now. It's heady reading. It's hard. I have to read it multiple times, and then I listened to a half-hour podcast on a Nietzsche theory. I didn't know I was going to be microdosing at this thing, but I'll tell you what. Reading that and listening to that podcast, and then taking a microdose, and then getting drunk and walking Fremont Street, where you see the degradation of humanity in some way, shape, or form. Like it really, because from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m., there's a big shift of fun to tragedy. Where it's like the people having fun go to bed or go wherever, and the people living their lives in reckless abandon, and coupled with the people that are stuck, almost feeding off of the environment, where it's like, hey, they know that there's going to be half uneaten coney dogs in the trash, and they can make a meal out of it. And if they want to ask for something, they got to be standing in a little circle on the side on the sidewalk, and they adhere to those rules, and it's very odd and a perplexing place. And we got to talk and joke around about that, all while I lost all of my money, and then we went and saw BattleBots. That was about it.
Did anybody
Very
come
fun.
up profitable?
I think those guys both made it back to generally even by the end of on the last day.
Yeah, but not you.
Me, I was already so far gone by that point that, and I had an epiphany on the second night there where I was like, I'm not giving any more money away. I had it. I could have taken it out. It's like I left myself on the brink of where it's just like, okay, now I just gotta halt spending and be careful about what I'm doing. a little bit more, not eat out every meal. Like I can't live the life that I was like that I'm used to living for the next couple of weeks, and I'll get it right back to where it needs to be for the wedding and all that stuff. But it's on the last night, like when I was because I took a microdose the first night, and then I took two chocolates the second night. And I was like, you know what? I've got this much money left. I'm not gonna give this away. If I'm gonna spend it, if I'm gonna hand it over, I'm gonna get something for it. I'm gonna get, and I was walking around with the Voodoo Ranger, the 32-ounce Voodoo Ranger, might be the best deal you can get on Fremont Street. Is like this 30 to 32 ounce pour of Voodoo Ranger for $15. That'll last you 4 hours, just walk back down this up and down Fremont and getting to see the shows, getting to see the street performers, getting to see the mayhem and whatever. Um, and that was like, I think my mentality on Vegas changed in this trip where it's like, I don't want to go there to gamble anymore. I'm not a lucky person. I'm not good at it. I don't pick the right machines. I don't bet the right amounts. I'm either going to bet too hard or too soft. Like, I like playing blackjack. Don't get like, but I don't like to have to wait in line to get on a table to play. So like that's where I end up sitting at a machine, losing my money that way.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the best time was at BattleBots. We went and saw a show. That was, it's like no drinking there, no gambling there. You're just there to see something that you can't see anywhere else. Um, I like that. And I liked just like kind of feeling the vibe of the place. I don't dislike Vegas, but I think I'm going to do it differently next time I go there. It's not going to be about gambling. It's not going to be about the casinos. That's just not. I went in there with so much anxiety because now I live in a place where if you go over the line, if you mess up financially, there is no like backstop. It's not. I grew up my whole life having a backstop, which is I was dealing weed or whatever, so somebody always owed me money. So if I threw all my money away somewhere, I could call somebody and go, "Hey, I need you to come through with a payment here because I got to pay my rent." Or I had family to kind of rely on and know that if I lost everything or whatever, it's like I had somebody there that was going to help me not fall all the way to the ground or whatever. Here it's not like that. Like it's everything costs a lot, and if you lose a little, you can put yourself in a bad position. So it was like I was very anxious from the beginning for that, and then I started off like $400 in the hole just because of a tux fitting I had to pay for, and my blood work. They took the money out for the blood work that they did on Monday before I left. Um, I forgot about that. That was on me. That was just bad adulting. No bookkeeping.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with your blood?
They say that they say it's all good. They said everything
Mm.
was good. Everything from the STD panel to the cholesterols and the whatnots. They said something about fats. See, because my doctor called me and said, "I'd like to see your bad fats numbers go down, whatever that is." They're not in the high risk category or anything like that, but I'd like to see them come down, especially with how you exercise and stuff like that. So just change your eating a little bit. And I was like, well, that doesn't answer any of the questions about this like crippling heart pain that seems to come and knock me to my fucking feet and take my breath away. And then like for
I
that,
thought
he's
I thought
like,
you
I
were just
was,
looking at a picture of me.
I mean, it is when you text me.
It takes your breath
Normally
away.
happen. Yeah, yeah. It's just, but it's stress. That's what he's telling me. It's stress. You're overthinking things. Maybe you need to
Chill the fuck out.
chill the fuck out. And I'll
No,
say, it's there's things in my life now that are teaching me how to do that. So it's
good.
I think I'm gonna get better.
When I saw Bill Burr do stand up last, he talked about how he microdosed and it like changed his life. He understood why he was so mad.
It's proven to rewire the brain a little bit. It's a
For the
good thing to
better.
do. Yeah, for the better. Like it's if you only do these like because I didn't even take two chocolate like two little dosages
Mm-hmm.
together the second day. I took one and then a couple hours later I took the other one. That's still not the environment to actually microdose, but it did like I had an epiphany of sorts in terms of my place in society and actually kind of how there was a bunch of things that kind of happened that correlated in this thought process of um that we speaking of South Park, which you brought up earlier as like oh, throw on some South Park. Like in the morning I threw on an episode of South Park in the hotel room while we were just kind of recuperating from the night before, and it was the one where is it Kyle or Stan that thinks everything is shit,
Yeah, I know.
everything tastes like shit and everything,
Yeah, yeah,
and it's
yeah.
like, and I know I've seen that episode, and I've gone like, I get that, I get his mentality, I get it. But that was what stuck out to me the first time I watched it. This time when I watched it, what stuck out to me was when the friends went like, "You're not fun to be around. We just want to go watch a fucking movie and have a good time. We don't
Hmm.
need you to tell us why the movie's a piece of shit. We don't need to tell you to tell us why we're wrong for liking it. We don't need you to tell us why society is garbage and broken." And I was like, really, like, I was like, fuck, I hope I'm not that guy, because I do that to people. I really like I do it as a joke. I try to have like a fun tone when I do it, but I
Right.
am also just going like, yeah, like, enjoy your cheesecake, because PG&E fucking murdered a bunch of people and took all our money. Like, have a nice day. Like,
Right.
and it's no one wants to hear that. And maybe I need to change that part of my personality and just go like, you know what, keep it in, push it down.
Yeah, I have that with music. Especially like when talking to my wife about the music she likes, and she refers to me as a snob a lot. And I try to bite my tongue about my opinions when, especially when like I'm at somebody's house and people are just playing trash music. I just go, ugh.
What do you
But
mean, like Fish?
I really I don't like
I just made
Fish.
a lot of people
Uh,
mad. Oh wait, no, not a lot of people listen. We're good.
I don't like Fish. You're right. But I mean, yeah, I try not to be that person as well. But
I mean, me
I
and you
think
have
I
no
am
no.
sometimes.
Yeah, our similarities with music is not existent, but I'm interested in what she listens to that you get down on.
Oh, she likes Panic at the Disco a lot. They're fucking horrible,
Is that
awful.
the One Arm Scissor song?
What?
Do they do One Arm Scissor? Or that's Night at the Drive-In?
That's at the drive-in. Is that?
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Oh no,
I always get them mixed up with Panic at the Disco. I don't know why.
they're very different.
Yeah, but they say at. They both have at in the name of their band. So
Yeah, you're right.
Panic
But
at the Disco and Night at the Drive-In, they're the same
it's just
thing.
called at the drive-in.
Well, but no one's going to the drive-in at the daytime. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's why they're not called night at the drive-in. They're called at the
Yeah, it's
drive-in.
implied. It's implied Night at the Drive-In.
I guess.
They put it in bubbles, and then they just erase it.
Yeah, but no, I there's been people that have listened to this podcast, and like when I did an episode with Carissa a long
Were you
time.
about to say there's two listeners? They've
No, there's more.
contacted.
But there's an episode where I did with Carissa, and the response was, oh yeah, it was funny. Drew's really obnoxious. That was the feedback to that Carissa got from,
It's got to
and
be. That's got to feel great when the guest hosts there, when the listeners are on the guest host side.
well, and then I was just like, okay, so I'm obnoxious, and then she's like, well, that's not how he meant it. He meant it like he's intentionally obnoxious to be funny or whatever, and it's funny. And I was like, no, he could have just said I was funny. He said I was obnoxious.
I hope you messaged him and he was like, "No, to be clear, I'm saying you were an asshole."
No, I didn't message him, but
You
um,
missed an
it
opportunity
did
there.
bother me, and I still bring it up to this day. And this is probably like 2 or 3 years ago. I
Well,
fixate. Does that
yeah,
make me a
yeah,
bad
hold
person?
grudges.
I do hold grudges.
It doesn't
Tell me everything that's wrong with me right now.
bad person. It doesn't make you a bad person. It just gives you arthritis and
Yeah, yeah,
and
just dump it. I mean, just tell me what's wrong. Just tell me what's wrong with me right now. I want to hear it. Everything, all my flaws, please.
talking to listeners, yeah?
No, to you.
Well, I mean, you do need to open your ears to some different styles of music.
I do though.
I hope so.
This next tunes with brews, I think you're gonna be enlightened to another side of the music that I listen to.
I'm glad. I hope so. I really do. You Will Not Be, the album I picked, is right up the alley of if you heard that, you would probably go, Rob would like this shit.
Yeah,
I mean, you already heard 30 seconds of it,
yeah, yeah. But I like
on
other. I like some rap. I like a lot of punk. I like ska. I like metal. I like hardcore. Those are all different, right?
They are. Yeah. Just well, and you might be like me, where it's like if you hear it, you'll like it, but you don't have it in your playlist somewhere, so you can't call upon it.
Yeah.
I would never think to put on funk, but man, when I walk into somebody's house and they're playing some funk, like I'm like, fuck yeah, this is good.
Yeah.
Who is this? And they're like, Ribbit Scabbity in the Jabbity Jibbities, and like I'm never gonna remember that.
Yeah.
And,
Jungle just won some award, didn't they?
I hope so. They're really good.
I think they did. I think they won like some music award recently for the first time. But yeah,
I'll have to look into that.
good old Jungle. Well, Rob, we started a little bit late due to technical errors, which is fine. I'm glad we.
It was just my computer updating.
I do hate it. So I have a similar type of computer laptop for when I DJ weddings, and I really get I turn automatic updates off. You can do that. I don't know if you knew that.
Not on this thing. If I click buttons that I haven't clicked for a while, it just starts to smoke.
Okay, fair enough. Let it update then. But no, glad it went this way instead of through the phone. It's better. And
I think it's probably better this way. Yeah.
And I can see you more clearly. And you know, I can.
You can see my hair doing whatever the hell. This is a shower and then biking 3 miles.
Yeah. Well, I ran 3 miles and then I showered. So we're like on the same wavelength, right?
Yeah. That's why mine is going up and yours is going down.
Right. You're the yin to my yang.
Yeah, we fit together. I like it.
69 style. I mean, what?
Yeah, I'm the 6.
Okay.
I don't know if that means anything different.
I don't think it does. Does it?
Oh, that's the question for our next interview. Do you think, instead of the peanut butter and jelly question, that's what we're going to start asking? Is there a difference between the 6 and the 9?
I don't think so. I think it's all, when formed correctly and with people who are consenting and down with it, I think it creates unity in the world. Equilibrium, a word I can't say about being equal. Equilibrium. That's like a tongue twister. Equilibrium. Got it. Said it.
Yes.
Progress.
I feel like if you're looking at it as something as standing, you definitely want to be the 6 because the 9 is holding all the weight.
You're right. That'd be
so. This beer was good. I would say
good. I'm glad. I had Founders Backwoods Bastard, and I'm glad I bought a 4-pack because it's tasty. I do enjoy it. I love this shit. I don't know what it is, what's happened in the last handful of months, but man, I love these bourbon barrel drinks. They're delicious, tasty. It's got a little bit of that caramel kick to it. It's good, delicious. Founders you can pretty much get most places, anywhere.
I think you can get it anywhere. Yeah.
So definitely if you can get your hands on some Backwoods Bastard, or maybe they have like KBG, I think it's called. You can get something like that. I've heard good things about them. Good beer. I enjoyed it.
That's the
Porch Pints salute.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's what it is. So, like and subscribe.
You know what that sound means? It's time to go.
Follow us on all of our things. Like our stuff. Buy a t-shirt.
Check out the new t-shirts. I really enjoy the artwork. I don't know who did that, but man, they're great.
Yeah. Right. They did. Whoever puts the time to design those does a really good job.
Yeah, you can see that they love the show, the craft.
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
If only. I wish a fan made that. It would save me a lot of work, but that's okay. It's good stuff.
It's you that does all that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess they're meh.
Yeah, they're mid. Anyways,
no, I can't wait to get one. I can't. That's the next one I'm going to get. I have to go back and rebuy a Strange Brew because I gave that one away.
Which one are you going to get? Are you going to get the one with the moped, or are you going to get the one with the
moped one?
Yeah,
I like the moped one.
Yeah. Me
I like
too.
them both, but that one, the first one you sent me, I was like, that's pretty bomb.
All right. Till next time.
All right. Yep.